And this morning, we want to introduce you to Andy Garza. He's the first athlete to receive a wrestling scholarship in his high school's history.
Amazing. And Garza is a proven winner whose biggest loss actually came off the mat. In this morning's Kids Who Make San Antonio Great, he spoke with Marvin Hurst about losing his biggest fan.
Andres Garza IV is no cook.
I like to think of myself as an intense person
But he's got a recipe for winning.
who will stop at nothing to achieve their goals.
Grit,
It's a sport for ruffians.
discipline, heart.
It takes a special kind of person to be a wrestler.
Andy, as he's called, wanted to be a wrestler since he was a kid. He started martial arts training at 4. His father, a former MMA fighter.
So I started in Taekwondo and American Karate. And I earned my black belt in both of those. And then I moved on to Jiu-Jitsu.
Plus, he does kickboxing and Muay Thai. He's even got the titles, medals, and belts to prove it.
I mean, we have a trophy at home when he was 6 years old. He competed in a karate kickathon where he did 7,700 roundhouse kicks in an hour and 45 minutes.
Now the Veterans Memorial High School student tosses in legacy
I'm one of the first, if not the first.
as the first wrestler to get a full ride wrestling scholarship in school history. But the joy of having 35 offers was bittersweet.
Well, he died December 26th of 2019.
In his wrestling career, Andy overcame a broken hand, split eyebrows, a knee injury, and a crushed voice box.
And then you go back the other way.
But the death of retired Air Force Colonel Andres Garza Jr., his grandfather, was the one foe he couldn't defeat.
I had to overcome my grandfather not being there in the stands watching me anymore, which is pretty hard to do. Because he had been to every one of my competitions since I was 4 years old, so it was pretty rough on me.
Then his mother was diagnosed with ovarian cancer. Right after that, doctors say his grandmother had pancreatic cancer. It was more weight than the teen could wrestle down.
I think the hardest part for me was watching my mom lose all her hair. That was pretty rough.
Tussling with his emotions, he threw himself deeper in the sport. His mother is now a cancer survivor. His grandmother is doing far better than doctors expected. His father still by his side.
He's always been a very loving son. We've always been very close.
The 18-year-old's grandfather predicted he'd get that scholarship and wrestle in college.
I think that was a big part of my motivation to accomplish that goal. Him telling me that I could do it.
While grief may hold Andy's heart, it is no match for his zeal to take achievement to the mat. Marvin Hurst, KENS 5, Eyewitness News.
And if you know of a child, a kid who's doing great things in your school, your church, or community, please be sure to send Marvin a note by emailing greatkids@kens.com.